Hello students, welcome back to the another session of our data structure journey. In this video, we are going to learn how to print the alternative number present in a list or array. As we are already know, that is, what is array? Array is a collection of similar type of element present inside the array. So our objective to print the alternate number. What is alternate number? For example, the list of number is given 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So there are six element is present. Alternative number means first element we are going to print, then we will print third element, then fifth element. And in between one element we have to eliminate. So our main objective to print the list of element present inside the array by alternative way. First element we have to print, third, fifth, then seventh, then ninth, onwards we have to print. To the implementation, don't forget to like the video, share the video, as well as subscribe the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that whenever I upload any video, you can able to view. Let's start. So here we have to implement by using the C language. So for example, this is our one array is present. First, we have to understand the logic, how we are going to implement, then only we will do the programming part. So this is for example array. So this is 0, index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 elements, so index is 5. So we have to start for the 0 index first element we have to print. So I have to write down for I equal to 0 up to how much? 5 means 6 minus 1. If n is the number of element present inside the 1, then we have to traverse up to n minus 1. So I have to write down a less than equal to n minus 1. So this is the boundary condition. We have to start from this point and we have to terminate here. So this is the starting point. This is the boundary condition or termination of the loop. Now, what is the next iteration? First, what we have to do? We have to print the 0 index. After that, which index we have to print? 2, because we are going to print the alternative number. So second index. So 0 plus 2. Then after that 2 plus 2, 4. So on. So here we have to write down I equal to I plus 2. Then we have to print which value? This value. So how to print? %d, because it is an integer number. Then we have to print the AI. So it will print the value. So here what happened? If we are writing this way, then what happened? So I equal to 0. So initialization is I equal to 0. Then it will print the 10. Then I plus equal to plus 2. I equal to I plus 2. Means 0 plus 2, 2. So it will print this value. Which value? 30. So now here, if we write down 10, 30, then what happened? We may read as a, it is 1030. So what we have to do? We have to do, that is the in between two numbers, there should be some space. So if I write down backslash t. So here what happened? 8 space, because it is a tab. T is for which value? That is the tab. If I write down %d backslash t, means it will be after printing that. What happened? After 10 is printed, continuous 8 space. Then the cursor is there. Then 30 will print. So on. So let's do the program. So here I am going to implement with the dev++ software. So here first I have to include the header file required. As we know, all the programs start with the main function. Here what happened? We required an array to store the element. So I declare array is, name of array is A, and it can store maximum 50 element. For example, before going to printing the alternate number, we need to the declare the how much element we want to store. Means there should be another variable is required, that is n is the number of element present inside the array, or we can say it is the length. Another we required variable we required, that is the I for the traversing the element present inside the array by help of the for loop, or any loop we can able to use. It is not mandatory that we have to use the for loop. Any loop we can able to do it. So here what happened? So I have to ask the user, please enter, the length of array. So here it asks the user to enter the length. Here also we use the test space, so that after that we enter the value. So whatever we enter, we have to use the scanf function to read the value scanf ampersand n. So now n store which value? Number of elements we want to store inside the array, or length of the array. Then we have to read the value. So we have to write down, please enter the data into array. So for that we have to use for I equal to 0, I less than equal to n minus 1, I plus plus, scanf, percent d, because we are going to read the integer value, so ampersand ai. So it will read the value from the user and store inside the array. Once we store, what we have to do? We have to print the alternative number. So we can write down output screen the alternate number of array is, or we can print the number of element present inside the array, then only we print the alternate numbers. It can be possible, so we can write down first the array elements, the elements of array are, if we want, we can print the same line. For example, I want to print in the same line. Then what happened? After that, one tab should be present, then it will start the printing the value. So for printing the value, what we have to do? We have to use the any loop for I equal to 0, I less than equal to n minus 1, I plus plus. We have to write down printf percent d. After printing, there should be one space, consecutively 8 space or one tab should be present. So, so after that, what happened? The array elements are created. Means whatever newly created array, it's going to be print. Now we have to print the alternate. So here also, what is the code we have to write down? We have to write down for I equal to 0, I less than equal to n minus 1, but here only changes is that I equal to I plus 2. So here for I equal to 0, I less than equal to n minus 1, I, I equal to I plus 2. We have to write down printf percent d, then ai. One more thing, after each and element, there should be one consecutive space. So we just make this one. Then get ch, then return 0. Let's save the file. We should save the file fast, but I forgot. So I just write down, this is array1. I store in the desktop. Okay. So overwriting, it's okay. Then we have to compile and run. Okay. It asks us what? Please enter the length. Enter the length of array. For example, I just execute the same problem. Here there are 5 elements, the same program. So length of array is 6 means we have to enter 6 value 1 0 2 0. So the after that the elements of array are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The alternate numbers 10, 30, 50. So output will be displayed. Alternate numbers are 10, 20, but it will be not in the same line. If we want to same line, after that we should not print the new line. Let's change the code. Here I just, instead of new line, we can make the one tab. Okay, for example, I enter 10. Means there are 10 elements we have to enter. So first 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 21, 34, 23, 15. So now the elements of array is alternate number. First is 11, then 33, then 55, then 21, then 23. So we are getting the correct result. So if you are not understand the code properly, let me explain once again all the code. Program start from the header file, that is the standard input output. This header file we are used for the printf scanf function. Conio.h header file I use for the getch function. As we are know that control start its execution from the main method only. So this first line a equal integer a 50 means what? One array is created of 50 elements with the name is stay. For example, if it is a 4 byte, then what happened? 200 bytes are reserved. So this is 0 index, 1, 2, 3, so on. Up to how much? 49. There are 50 elements, so index is 0 to 49. Array is created. Then integer n and I. So what happened? There are two variable is created, that is n and I. Here I use the n for to store the number of element present inside the array or length of the array. So after that output screen, it will ask that please enter the length of array. If I enter 5, then what happened? Scanf ampersand n, so 5 store here. Please enter the data into array. So output screen will be please enter the data. So here what happened? I equal to 0. Now I equal to 0. I is less than n minus 1. N is 5. N minus 1 means it is 4 right now. So if it is true, then what happens? Scanf function will be executed. Percent a ampersand a 0 because I equal to 0. So here this is the address. If this address is 100 means this address is 104. This address is 108. Reason is that here integer required 4 bytes. So consecutively 50 integer memory is reserved. So address of A0 means hundreds location. We store the value, whatever value. For example, we store the value is 10. Then I value is incremented by 1, that is 1. 0 plus 1, 1. 1 is less than equal to 4. Yes, it is true. If it is true means this line will be executed. If this line is executed, ampersand AI. Ampersand AI means ampersand A1. A1 is 104. So whatever value we enter, it will store here. For example, I store the value 20. Then I value is incremented by 1, that is 2. 2 is less than equal to 4. Yes, it is true. If it is true, then we will scan ampersand AI. Ampersand AI means what? I is 2. Ampersand A2. A2 address is 108. 108, it will store the whatever value. For example, I store the 100. It is 4. This is 4. 5, so on. It is 100 means this is 112. This is 116. Will cook and so on. Then I value is incremented by 1, that is 3. 3 is less than equal to 4. Yes, it is true. Then what happened? It will store the value 40, 50, so on. So whenever the value is incremented by 5, that is the 5, then what happened? The for condition is false, so it will not execute. After that, it will print the new line will be created element of the array. So it will be print the value. So here what happened? I value equal to 0. Then percent di, so it will print the value is 10. Because here it is A10. So it will print value the 10, then 20, then 30, 40, 50. It will print the all the value present inside the. Then alternate number. So for alternate number, what happened? I equal to 0. I is less than equal to n minus 1. N minus 1 means 4. Then it will print which value? AI. Which value? That is 10 value. It will print that is 10 value. It will print 10 value. So first it will print the 10 value. Then I equal to I plus 2. 0 plus 1, that is 2 equal to 2. So 2 is less than equal to 4. Yes, it is true. If it is true, then what happened? It will print which value? AI means 20. So it will print that which value? 30 value, A2. Then its value is incremented by that is 4. To I equal to I plus 2, 4. So I is less than equal to n minus 1. What is n? 5. 5 minus 1 means 4. It is true. If it is true, then what happened? It will print the value of 50. Alternate number we want to print, then what happened? I value is incremented by 1, that is 2. I equal to I plus 2. So I is less than equal to 4. So it will stop. So here our termination program will be stopped. So what is the output we got? That is 10, 20 and 50. Sorry, 10, 30 and 50. 10, 30 and 50. So this is our objective. Whenever we enter a list of element, it should print the alternate number. So we enter the value 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and we got the value 10, 30, 50. So this is the way we are can able to print the alternative number present inside the array. Hope you are able to understand the concept. So before going to the new session, just subscribe the channel, like the channel and share the channel.